Welcome to sewing class. This is Annette Julie, and we are working on hand stitching. This is the right side of our fabric. We already completed the button, as well as the running basting stitch and the back stitch. These are on the wrong side. Now we are going to be working on the slip stitch. So at the bottom here, the opposite end from the button, take your ruler and draw 1/4 inch seam allowance from the bottom, not including this little fringy part. 1/4 inch. And then draw an inch up from that. Okay, so you have 1/4 and then 1 inch. We're going to flip this over and we're going to press this up. First, start with a good finger press. Just use your fingers to crease the edge up 1/4. Okay, you can take your ruler and check, but you can also see that you've pressed it right on that pencil line that you drew or the pen line that you drew, because this is practice. You can use a pencil, you can use a pen, we've pressed that up 1/4 of an inch. Now we're going to fold this up 1 inch right on that line that we see that we drew. Finger press that on the edge. Let's go to the next section. Finger press that on the edge. Okay, last section. Okay, that looks good. Let's go ahead and get your iron on this now. Now we have done the pressing portion for the slip stitch. You're going to need some thread and your hand sewing needle. It's nice when people have some wax and something to snip with. This is a great stitch to do for an enclosed hem. So notice the raw edge is folded inside, and we folded that up and we can't see it. So that this would be very nice for a raw tweed hem, or perhaps a type of silk charmeuse hem. Something that you don't want to see that raw edge and you don't have a way to finish the edge on the inside. Go ahead and get some thread. It can be single or double ply, I don't care. Either one works fine. For the tweed, I'd probably use a double ply, and for a silk charmeuse, perhaps a single ply. Go ahead and wax that thread from the knot down to the eye of the needle. And we're going to start right inside the little fold that we made, and we're on the inside and the wrong side of the fabric. We're going to start here so we can hide that knot. We're going to put it right inside there, and we're going to come out on the fold. A little knot's inside there, and we're going to anchor our stitch all the way to the right side of the fabric. Just go over a couple little baby stitches, hardly anything at all. Come right back up next to the stitch that you started. And we're ready to begin. So we just did a knot and we anchored it. Now, we're going to go right back into the 1/4 inch seam allowance channel that we made. We're going to slip right inside that edge with our needle. So our needle is right here now, and it has not entered the other side of the fabric. We're going to slip along the folded edge that we made, hence making a slip stitch. And you can slip along a 1/4 inch. You can slip along 3/8. You can slip along a 1/2 inch. But whatever you do, make it the same from one side to the other. So you can go ahead and mark this if you would like to. In our exercises that we did prior to this, we drew all the lines. So feel free to draw the lines here if you would like to. I'm going to guesstimate or eyeball, and I'm going to do about 3/8 inch. And when I go slip along inside that little folded edge, it should slip nicely because of the beeswax. I'm going to go 3/8, and then I'm going to come out of that folded edge, and I'm going to go to the fabric, because I'm just in the hem now. I'm going to go to the body of the garment and go all the way to the other side. And I'm just going to go over just hardly anything, a couple little grains. Just a dot. And then we're back to the wrong side. And what do I need to do? I need to get right back in that folded edge, and I need to slip along another 3/8 inch and come out. So we see a little stitch here and little stitches here, and we're slipping along inside the folded edge that we created with the iron. So we've slipped along. We want to go through to the right side of the fabric. You can make a very small little stitch. And we're going to go right back into that little hem that we made there, that little fold. Trying to go exactly 3/8. And I don't want to, like I said, I don't want to go through the other side. I'm only going in that hem area. Now we're going to go through to the right side of the fabric. Just going over a couple of little teeny stitches, coming right back up. And now we need to get into that little fold. And we're going to slip along that edge, about 3/8 inch. We're coming out that edge. Nice sturdy stitch. And now we're going to go right next to that edge, jumping off, go through the body of the garment to the other side. Whoops, I have a little knot that I'm going to work out there. because I have my wax